Hi everyone, and welcome to the house at Pig Corner. For any first-time visitors, the channel follows the adventures of a group of guinea pig boars, who live virtually free-range, free to run around and forage by day, but with a luxury pig hotel where they return every night. They sleep in a shed conversion which initially housed just 6, but the numbers have gradually increased over the past year, so it now sleeps 12, with a further 2 in the annex to the left. A total of 14 then, and there are no plans to expand the herd any further. Every evening at dinner time they're checked off, before being shut back inside to keep them safe from predators. Sometimes it's necessary to go and find any who are late back, but they're usually pretty good about returning, once they realize that dinner's been served. If any don't turn up at roll call, they'd usually be in the playground area, around the side, where at a push they could sleep safely enough, as there are secure nest boxes in there. So they've started coming out as soon as they smelt the fresh grass and dandelions. And they're all looking a bit frisky this morning, with a lot of sniffing and scent marking going on. Not that that's anything new, of course. It's what they do pretty much every day. Such is the life of piggy boars, a bit gross until you get used to it. A lot of chasing and rumble strutting too, so I hope things don't get out of hand. A while ago we ran a series of background information pages, where you got some history and general information on each of the pigs in turn. That was completed sometime in June, just before the youngest 3, the most recent arrivals, made their first appearance. So here's a little bit more on Gordon, Dylan and Henry to round that off properly. They came from the same place in Essex as most of the rest of the herd. So are younger brothers to the other black boys and the Duxtables. Gordon being the younger brother of Albert, sharing the same mother. Dylan and Henry are younger brothers of Cedric and Percy, with both the same parents. The mothers are all litter sisters incidentally, even Dixie who's the mum to Harvey, Dexter and Dudley. The youngest 3 of our boys, Gordon, Dylan and Henry, have now been here 3 whole months, and should spend their whole lives here, the lucky boys. Gordon was the quickest to settle, with Dylan and Henry taking more of a back seat initially. When they'd been here a week, and had started venturing outside, Henry went AWOL for over 24 hours up by the greenhouse. It seems likely he wasn't sure exactly where he was, so just stayed put under all the garden bins and the rest of the crap by the back fence. That was obviously a worrying time, but he seems to have come through it unscathed. Gordon's probably the most independent of the 3, often deciding to do his own thing, and at his own pace. Dylan seems a bit of a scatterbrain to be honest, often darting around like a mad arse. Henry's pretty chilled, and tends to go under the radar a bit. They all integrated pretty well really, which usually seems to be the case with young piggies joining a large group. They are not really seen as a threat by the old ones initially, and after a while just get absorbed into the mix. After my overestimate regarding Albert's size and weight last time, all the boys are being weighed properly this week. So far Albert's the heaviest at 1.68 kilos, with Dexter the lightest at 1.18. Mario, Dylan, Dudley and Henry are still to be weighed though. So the smart money is on either Mario or Dylan being the lightest overall. Nice to see Dudley not squinting so much now, isn't it? The bright sun during the summer definitely affected him more than the others. Probably something to do with his blue eyes, bless him. Later on there seems to be something going on under the hedge between the playground and the gravel path. To get there they have to squeeze themselves underneath the wire tunnel which leads to the back door. First off Dexter's headed there, then Mario. Now Piglet B. And finally Dylan. Although Dylan seems to have had second thoughts about it. They often head down this way if the door to the playground is closed for any reason. Which is indeed the case this time. The old-timers did get out today to stretch their legs, but not to mix with any of the others this time. Here we see them starting to make their way home from the overgrown jungle-type area above the shrubbery. There's a stretch of 5 meters or so of this which they have to navigate before they exit at the other end. It's no big deal, and in fact they thrive on this sort of experience. So they head on home having enjoyed another good day out. With Pike leading the way for once, although I don't think he's 100% sure of himself. If Amos isn't right behind him. Well, that's it for today, viewers. I'm not sure what's coming up next this week, as there isn't anything in the pipeline just yet. Hopefully something featuring most of your favorite pigs. I don't know if you noticed, but this one only featured 13, with one missing. So let me know in the comments who you think was absent today, and no cheating please. Thanks as always, and cheerio for now. See you again soon.